Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we are going to check fresh release from Chinese company Modelcollect. Of course it's a 1/72 scale vehicle, and as you can see this time it copies German MAN M1014. It's 8-wheeler truck, and which is used by Bundeswehr of course, and as you can see we have this truck depicted on the box art. Now we have a chance to check it in small scale. Box size and box design is quite typical for this manufacturer. You can see it here. Here is comparison with my hand. On the side we have some information about manufacturer, and on the other side we have some safety advices. That's a top opening box. Just give me a second. And here is what we have inside. So as you can see there are many different parts, and sprues are separated into two different plastic bags which house various sizes of the sprues. And now we're gonna start with smaller ones where we can also find front cap. So just give me a second. Okay. Here is the first plastic frame, and straight away I don't know what are those elements. We will have to check assembly manual in order to understand how they will be used. But attachment points are typical for this manufacturer, so I would rather recommend to use plastic saw, not to use plastic cutters, because they might damage the small parts. Then here we have another plastic sprue, front cap parts, as you can see separate doors, floor, also two seats. Here is the steering wheel, and again molding quality is good. There is no flash around the parts, so I guess you won't be surprised in a bad way. Then we have separate plastic bag with front cap, so just give me a second to remove it. Here it is. As you can see it is molded as one piece part. Of course there are no transparent elements inside, they will have to be inserted separately. The same can be said about doors, which we just saw. And of course rear wall and floor, they are also designed as separate pieces. Then we have second plastic bag, and this one is dedicated to bigger plastic frames. So just give me a second to open it and we will check closer what is hidden there and how it will be used in our model. I wonder why Modelcollect started to use sealed plastic bags, because resealable plastic bags were better and more handy to use, let's say. Now we have just this option. So here we have this plastic frame with different parts for the crane, which will be placed behind front cap. Then we have another plastic sprue with wheels. This kit has plastic tires and plastic wheels, so this will be easier to paint and weather, but be ready to glue them carefully. Here you can see tire thread, which looks quite good, and there is even some walls detailing, which should also look good once you apply some dust and dirt on those. Then we have final gray plastic sprue. This one carries mix of different parts for the suspension. This is a main frame, here are some suspension axles, also here are engine parts, and now we can zoom in so that you can see them closer. Here they are. Very nice molding quality, but I would like to see thinner attachment points, because some parts might be tricky to separate because of those thick attachment points, which are quite tricky to cut through. As I said, use plastic saw, do not use cutter. And then we have last plastic sprue packed into the separate plastic bag, because this is a transparent sprue. Here you can see all parts. Molding quality is really nice, and the only thing you will need here is mask sheet, because masks are not included and you will have to cut them with your own hands. Then we have separate plastic bag with various bonuses, which include this decal sheet, which is printed by Modelcollect. Here you can see it. Several types of number plates, some stencils. This should be useful for 1/72 scale vehicle. And then we have separate plastic bag with PE threads. These are unpainted of course. And here we have various meshes which will be used on the vehicle. So we zoom in, here you can see them. Even front screen wipers are here, so even outer panels will be detailed with help of PE. And last but not the least is this assembly manual, which is printed in color, and as you can see, that's a typical Modelcollect brochure. We have short history note inside, then there is a parts map. Assembly process starts with engine, continues with mainframe, suspension parts, we assemble them together. Here are wheels and fuel tank. Then we have this PE floor, and here you can see how this large part will be used. Then we have front cab assembly. Here you can see interior assembly and installation of all those parts onto the mainframe. Then here is a marking guide, which is printed in color. The first marking option and the second marking option. Of course, nobody stops you from using something different, because there were some vehicles painted in slightly different camouflages, and it might be interesting to copy it in 1/72 scale. So that's all for this video review. I hope you enjoyed it. As usual, don't forget to write your opinion here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye!